Today we're going to check out Death Unchained for the Oculus Quest. It officially releases on the Quest on the 23rd of July, but I have this early access preview copy so I can show you some of the first gameplay footage ever seen from this game, and then in a few more days I get the full release game code and I'll be doing a full review on this channel. So we start off in the Sanctuary. There are some things that are not available because it is a preview build, like the Paradise Lost, which is a set of levels that you get in the main game. We have a tutorial, but I'll show you some of the main things as we go. So if you want to move, you just hold down one of these buttons, pull the arrow back, fire off, and you move wherever the arrow lands. You snap turn with the thumbstick. In the real game, in the actual game, you won't have access to the crossbow right away. You'll need to unlock that, but because we have a preview build, I get that, and I'll show you the crossbow. So the crossbow, in a lot of ways, is easier than the bow because you just draw it back really quickly like this, and it's at full draw strength. It's quite powerful, and I find it a lot easier to aim to and reload. But I'm going to start off with the bow, as that's what we'll start off in the actual game. You have your health bar, you see just down here. And some other features are this shield here that you can put up, which is so cool. You can block enemy projectiles and also knock them back as well at the same time. So let's move into the center here. It's very easy to move around. I don't feel like it's unnatural at all. You have also this shard. So this helps you dodge enemies. So you can dodge them obviously just using your body, but you can also throw this shard and sort of like strafe with it as well, which is quite cool, like a quick move action. All right, so let's jump into the Abyss and I'll show you a few more features. If we go forward, you'll see we have some arrows to choose from. So you've got many arrow types. I think there's around 30, so plenty to choose from. And you've got this standard ice fire arrow, ricochet arrows, volleys. Really cool, the amount of arrows you can get. I think I'm going to grab the ice arrow. So I put that in my slot there. And I might also grab this burst of needles because it sounds nasty. All right, so burst of needles fires a bunch of needles directly towards your enemy as you shoot it off. A bit like a cluster bomb. Okay. So let's get started. Now I've played a bit of this game before, but I'll just let you know that the levels are procedurally generated. So each time you play through, it's going to be completely different. So I have never seen this layout before. Let's move past that lava. Use my shard there to sidestep. It's actually really easy to pick up the movement. I haven't really been playing this for a long time. I've only played it a short time. And I already feel that I'm quite used to the movement already. Now those zombie guys, they're like basic minions. They take not too many hits. These archers are also quite basic enemy units as well. But they can be quite powerful when hauled. Oh, that was a close one there. All right, let's keep moving. This game is all about being accurate and strategic as well with where you're moving and taking cover and that sort of thing. Oops. Okay, get used to this. There we go. Heal +1. All right, I don't think I got hit, so I don't need it. All right, it's going to be a long draw. She doesn't look good. Okay, might need more, something a bit stronger. Let's try the ice arrow. Wait, okay. They are exploding skulls, suicidal skulls that want nothing more than to blow you to pieces. And these guys, I think they're cherubs or something like that. Ah, I love freeze arrows. Okay, let's take my needle arrow. Okay, perfect. Let's try and take this guy over here. Oof. Nah, he's outside my range. Let's get a bit closer. I'll try and use my shard to move a bit closer. Nice, headshot. One more. Way, that was close. That guy just come from nowhere. You've also got this familiar, so if you turn your hand palm upwards, you can see how much gold and points you have. So that's your little familiar that I think it also highlights special items and gold along the way too. So these minions are very basic, these zombie ones. They're quite dangerous in hordes though, but one or two, very easy to kill. Take this guy out. Skeleton. Oh. The visuals as well, especially for the quest, quite nice. They've done a good job. Okay, so this is Fire a Wave of 3 Cataclysm. Alright, so let's replace my needle arrow with that. I do like my ice arrow. Let's go through here. I want to try out my new arrow type, so maybe a bit later. Let's move out. Okay. Damn it. This guy, got him. Ooh, that was a bit tricky. All right, so let's see what, let's switch to these arrows. They're pretty nasty, all right. Another thing to note, that other bar here, that's your ammo bar. So non-standard arrows have limited ammo. So keep track of that as well when using special arrows like these ones. Hey, nice. Okay. I'll bring back my standard arrows. I always like to conserve special arrows, and sometimes it works against me because sometimes I never use them. And I get to the end and I've got all this ammo saved up that I saved for some big boss or something like that that just never comes. So I've got to get more used to using special arrows, not saving them up. In this game, you do get bosses at the end of the level. In this preview build though, I don't have access to the boss yet. In the game though, at the end of every level, you do get access to a boss that you then have to defeat. So there's my shield in action. Wow. This is so good. And this is quite easy in terms of how the levels go. What happens is you start off in Purgatory. That's the first sort of level. And then you go into Paradise Lost, I think. Then you end up in Abyss, which is where we are now. And then each time you complete a level, it gets more difficult. There's this huge gargoyle up there. Let's do it. Oh, nearly got him in the bum crack. Okay, so this game does get a lot more difficult. This is one of my first playthroughs, so it's quite an easy playthrough at the moment. But each time you play through the level, it gets harder and harder. Let me take an ice arrow, see if I can freeze her. Keep her still for a second. Excellent. Now I'm just going to switch to my regular arrow and try and take some shots in before she... Fantastic, okay. I think I'm going to need to get closer. I'm not that good a shot. In the face. Ah, nice. Okay, so this guy, this is Incubus, I think, and he's pretty serious work. Doesn't go down easy. He's not a boss. I don't have access to boss in this build. This is only a preview build, but there are bosses at the end of each level that you get to fight. Let's change my arrow type because this is getting a bit dicey. So that's the needle arrow. And this guy, see if I can get him over the edge. A few shots. I like this needle arrow. Very good, especially at close quarters. It's a bit like a shotgun blast, you know, with all the different pellets. Oh crap. Alright, let's get my ice arrow up. This might be effective against him. Potentially, he's a fire guy, so fire combats ice, presume. That's how it works. Way, and he's down. Whew. So yeah, it doesn't go down easy, those big ones there. Those Incubus demons. Oh, tough ones. Alright, let's take this guy out. Heal. I think I do need to heal. Taking some hits. Okay, one thing you can do as well, I've heard, you can sort of, if there are towers around, high points, high ground, you can, you know, teleport up there into the high ground to give yourself a strategic advantage, because that's key to surviving in this game. Making sure you're choosing your locations, making sure you've got cover, and you're a good shot. So I'm not a great shot, so I'm going to need cover. So you have to be strategic about where you are placing yourself. And there we are. I think that's the end of the level potentially. I haven't completed the level yet, so here we go. Open your palm and turn your upwards to check how much gold your familiar has collected from fallen enemies. 2,447. Is that good? I do not know. We'll find out. Okay, so gold. 2,000 gold. I can restock ammo for one quiver type. This is an arrow type Tempest. I think we had access to it at the beginning. 5,800. So it's looking like 2,400 gold isn't great. Okay, we'll leave it at that for now, but that should give you a good idea of what this game is about. Like I said, I'll be doing a full review of the game and releasing that video sometime soon, so make sure you hit that subscribe button and notification bell to be kept up to date. But from what I played, I really enjoyed this. It's quite addictive, relied on skill rather than luck, and it seems like there's a fair amount of content to unlock. I really can't wait to get my hands on a full copy of the game so I can do a review. But until then, it's bye for now.